To be or not to be, that is the question. But really, have you tried pineapple on pizza? It's a game changer.
Synthesized melodies, pulsing with energy. Digital horizons, a world of possibility. Exploring society, science, and technology. Computers and life, where knowledge runs free.
What if the most significant threat from artificial intelligence isn't a rogue superintelligence from a sci-fi movie, but something far more immediate? What if it's the invisible hand already reshaping our elections, our economies, and even our understanding of reality? Today is not just talking about clever chatbots or digital art. We're exploring the profound intersection of AI, technology, philosophy, and politics. We'll examine who owns the power in this new era, whether democracy can survive the onslaught of AI-driven disinformation, and confront the deep ethical questions that arise when our creations start to mirror our own intelligence. Before we dive deep, we need to understand the landscape. What is the state of AI today in late 2025? We've moved past the initial novelty of generative AI. Now it's an integrated global force. As an article from AI News points out, recent breakthroughs aren't just in software, but in the sheer power of supercomputing that drives these models. This has led to a critical turning point. The United Nations has recognized this, establishing new bodies in September 2025 to tackle global AI governance. This signals a worldwide admission that AI is no longer a niche tech issue, it's a geopolitical one. But here's a surprising fact I mentioned at the start. The true cost of this revolution isn't just measured in dollars, but in watts. A report from MIT News highlights the staggering environmental toll of generative AI. The data centers that train and run these massive AI models are consuming electricity at an alarming rate. This immense power consumption, often fueled by fossil fuels, presents a hidden crisis behind the sleek interface of your favorite AI tool. So, our first key takeaway is this. The AI revolution is running an unprecedented computational power and physical energy, creating a new nexus of environmental and political challenges that global bodies are just now scrambling to address. This isn't just code, it's infrastructure, it's energy, and it's power. And that brings us to our next question. Who wields that power? Is your vote still your own? In an age of AI-powered propaganda, the answer is becoming dangerously complex. The core argument of this segment is that AI is actively being used as a weapon in the political arena, threatening the very foundations of democratic society. A chilling report from the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace warns that generative AI systems could destabilize democracies by enabling malicious actors to manipulate public opinion and interfere with elections on a massive scale. We're talking about hyper-realistic deepfakes, armies of bots spreading tailored misinformation, and the amplification of division. We're already seeing this in practice. A Times article detailed how campaigns are using AI to create satirical and combative content, merging AI spectacle with meme warfare to shape a candidate's persona. While some see it as the next evolution of digital strategy, it accelerates the spread of misinformation and blurs the lines between truth and fact. The erosion of trust is a key threat. A webinar hosted by the Team Europe Democracy Secretariat noted that while AI can be used to empower citizens, it is also a powerful tool for information pollution that corrodes faith in democratic institutions. They highlight its use for mass surveillance by authoritarian regimes, a stark reminder of the stakes. This has created a global power struggle over who gets to write the rules. A CSIS analysis of the UN's new global dialogue on AI reveals a major rift. While many nations, including China, support a global framework, the United States has expressed strong opposition, fearing it could stifle innovation. This geopolitical tension, pitting open innovation against collective oversight, is the backdrop of our entire AI future. But the most profound warning comes from Oxford economics professor Jean-Paul Carvalho. He argues the greatest immediate risk of AI isn't a conflict with superintelligence, but its potential to radically destabilize our political and economic order, driving inequity beyond anything seen in the 20th century if we fail to act. So, the second key takeaway is that AI is not a neutral tool in politics. It is a disruptive force being leveraged to concentrate power, manipulate public discourse, and to challenge the stability of democracies worldwide. The global community is divided on how to control it, leaving a dangerous vacuum. This leads us from the external world of politics to an internal world of the machine itself. We ask our phones for directions, but what happens when they start asking themselves, "Who am I?" This might sound like science fiction, but it's a question philosophers and AI researchers are debating with startling urgency. The argument for this segment is that as AI becomes more sophisticated, we are forced to confront profound philosophical questions about consciousness and ethics and have immediate real-world implications. The recent symposium at Tufts University honoring the late philosopher Daniel Dennett brought this debate to the forefront. Experts are divided on whether AI can be, or will ever be, truly conscious. Some believe there's a real chance we could see conscious language models within the next decade. Others caution that we humans have a strong psychological bias to attribute consciousness to anything that expertly mimics our intelligence. But whether they are truly conscious or not, these systems are making decisions that affect our lives. And that's where the ethics come in. An article from the Canerica outlines the key ethical concerns for 2025, noting that public trust in AI is already failing due to lack of clear guidelines. The first major issue is bias and fairness. AI models trained on biased historical data can perpetuate and even amplify societal injustices in areas like hiring, loan applications, and criminal justice. The second is transparency, often called the black box problem. If we don't understand how an AI reached a decision, how can we trust it or hold it accountable? This leads directly to accountability. If an autonomous AI system causes harm, who is responsible? The programmer, the user, the company that owns it, the AI itself? The trend is now moving towards responsible AI, a framework where ethics are built into the system from the very beginning. Because without it, we risk building a future on a foundation we can't inspect, governed by rules we didn't write, and outcomes we can't control. Our third key takeaway, the philosophical debate about AI consciousness is no longer academic. It is directly tied to the urgent practical need to build ethical frameworks for bias, transparency, and accountability before these systems become even more integrated into the fabric of our society. So we've seen the political plays and the deep philosophical questions. Where does this go? Where does this all lead? We stand at a crossroads. One path leads to a future of unprecedented prosperity and creativity, the other to a world of unimaginable inequity and control. Let's speculate on these two features based on the evidence we have discussed. The utopian path is one where AI, guided by responsible governance, helps us solve our biggest challenges. Imagine AI-powered tools for civic engagement that strengthen democracy. As mentioned in the Team Europe webinar, imagine breakthroughs in medicine and science in a world where AI handles mundane labor, freeing humanity to focus on creativity, community, and exploration. But the other path is darker. It's the future of Professor Carvalho warned about, where AI-driven automation creates a permanent underclass, leading to social and political instability on a scale we've never seen. It's a future where the environmental cost of AI, as highlighted from MIT News, leads to an ecological crisis. It's a world where digital authoritarianism becomes the norm, and the truth is a commodity controlled by those with the most powerful algorithms. The central argument here is that the future of AI is not predetermined. The choices we make right now about regulation, ethics, and distribution of power will define which of these paths we take. So let's summarize what we've learned today. First, the AI revolution is a physical and political reality with massive energy costs and global scramble for control. Second, AI is already a potential political weapon, capable of eroding trust and destabilizing democracy if left unchecked. And third, the growing sophistication of AI forces us to confront monumental ethical questions about bias, transparency, and the very nature of consciousness. This brings us to our final thought-provoking question. For centuries, we have used technology as a tool, but AI is different. It's a mirror. It learns from our data, our history, our biases, our best and worst impulses. The question is no longer what can I do, but what should we do with AI? What values do we want to encode into the operating system of our future? What kind of ancestors will we be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What is the biggest risk or the biggest reward of the AI revolution? If you found this analysis valuable, please consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with someone who needs to be part of this conversation. Thank you for watching. Hi, my name is Derek. If you made it to this part of the video, you are a superstar. Thank you so much for your support just by watching my video. I'll be starting a new series about life and technology and how everything's converging together. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.
Synthesized melodies, pulsing with energy. Digital horizons, a world of possibility, exploring society, science, and technology. Computers and life, where knowledge runs free.